I'm Jay Anthony.
And I'm Drew Mathern.
And we're G.O.T. Outpost. Welcome to our channel. Today we're starting a series on everything sleep systems.
And really our biggest goal throughout this series is to educate you as much as possible to first of all limit the barrier of entry and also limit the amount of money you spend. I mean, you can see we have a lot of different sleeping bags, sleeping pads, pillows, and this is only half of it. And we want to limit the pain points of trying 10 bags before you find which one you like.
For sure.
And trying 10 different sleeping pads before you find which one's comfortable and not too noisy. I mean, there's endless different things to go over in the different types of sleeping bags and sleeping pads. But we just want to help you guys as much as possible to not follow the same mistakes we have and limit the amount of money you have to spend. So our first series dives into everything sleep systems. First episode, we're going to go into the different types of sleeping bags and options there are. Starting out, Mummy is probably the most common sleeping bag there is. Probably the most versatile as well. Biggest pro with a Mummy is you can use it for any type. It's lightweight. It compacts very tight. So like this is the Mummy I'm currently using, and it compacts really small. It's pretty lightweight. You can use it for backpacking. You can use it for car camping. There's a lot of different types of uses for it.
I think it's the do-all for sure.
It is. Cons to it. I want to go into the cons.
I mean, probably the biggest con for some people is going to be the size. You know, it can feel a little bit restricting if you're coming from, you know, an old school rectangle bag, which we'll get to in a minute. But yeah, I would say the size is probably the biggest con that people, you know, that use it for the first time would say.
It can be kind of claustrophobic to a certain degree. When I first did it, I honestly didn't like it because I always started out with a rectangle bag, and it's a lot more roomy. So I felt pretty claustrophobic in the Mummy. But you can, if you're doing summer camping and stuff, you can unzip it and it's still comfortable. Where you're not as claustrophobic. But when you're in colder temperatures, you can zip it up and you don't have any air flow in that bag. So it helps a lot to keep you warm.
I think once you find the right one, and again, that's what we'll talk about, because there's a lot of choices just in that, you know, category itself. Once you find the right Mummy bag for you, I think you'll be much more comfortable in the long run than anything else, just because it will keep you warmer in harsher, colder conditions.
Absolutely. And I know many of you know, even if you're going summer camping, there can be some brisk nights.
Oh, for sure.
Especially up in the mountains. Because we're in Colorado, and you kind of have to expect worse conditions.
I mean, snow in the summertime is not out of the realm of possibilities, that's for sure.
It's not. So second one, we'll go in rectangle.
Rectangle bags. The good old, you know, Boy Scout rectangle bag that I think every kid probably had at one time of their life. You know, it's very basic, affordable. You can get them at almost any sporting goods store that's out there. They're a little bit bigger. They're a little bit heavier. They're kind of an entry-level bag, I would say.
I mean, that's what I started out with. That's what I always grew up using.
For sure.
So probably one of the biggest cons with a rectangle bag is its weight. They are heavy. They are typically only used for car camping, to where you're not going very far from the car, or you're actually sleeping in the vehicle, just because they're heavy to carry, and they're large. They don't compact down very small. Another thing, too, is because of the size of it, there is a lot of room for air in that space, so it can get colder because of the dead air in there.
More air is not a good thing. I mean, more space in a bag is not necessarily the good thing when it gets cold. Your body is the only thing that's going to heat up that air, and if there's more in there, it's going to take longer to warm it up, and sometimes you'll be a little on the chilled side.
Absolutely.
Not to mention the ventilation getting in through the top. So you want to talk about quilts?
Quilts, so that one's trending pretty hard right now.
It is.
It's not one that I'm very familiar with, and I don't think Jay is either.
No, I'm not either. I have zero experience with a quilt.
So we'll just kind of tell you the things that we know about it. We have a couple friends that use quilts. Biggest thing is it's similar to the Mummy to a certain degree. It does compact down, very small. It's lightweight. One of the biggest differences is you don't have any insulation underneath you. Your only form of insulation will be your sleeping pad. It's just like any sort of blanket that you're sleeping with. You're just covering up above you or on the top of you.
I mean, it will wrap around the sides and attach underneath. Yeah, I mean it's a different feel for sure.
Yeah, and to a certain degree, it can be, from my understanding, can have a similar form as a rectangle bag too. You can have more airspace.
Yep.
In that quilt.
Yep.
Compared to a mummy, it's not as tightly wrapped around you. I guess it depends on how you build it, but
and again, we're not experts on quilts, so don't hold us to that.
Yeah,
that's just our experience and what we've seen.
Yeah. So that's just a brief overview on quilts. Next one, I mean, they do make double rectangle bags.
The old honeymoon special.
It is. That is 100% just for really car camping.
For sure.
For sure. It's just for two people. So anyone that wants to snuggle up with their partner, a great sleeping bag for that. You can use each other's body warmth and everything to help warm that space.
It's a good one for families too. A lot of times, little kids sometimes get scared if you're taking them out camping for the first time. So it's not a bad way to go. If your kids get scared, you can tuck them in with you. It's kind of like being at home, when the little ones come and say, "Mom and Dad, can I snuggle?" Yeah. So it's not a bad way to go.
No, it's just heavy and it's big.
Yeah.
They're very large to pack. So last one, similar to the quilt, we're not experts in this at all.
No.
I have zero experience with it, but it's called an elephant foot or a half bag, mostly used for different types of mountaineering. Basically what it is, it's a sleeping bag that only goes up to the base of your torso. So it just basically covers your legs. Intentionality behind that bag is it compacts down super small for long excursions, and it's super lightweight.
Right.
Biggest thing that you want to be aware of while using that bag is you need to have a very good parka or down jacket to insulate your upper body when using it, because there is no form of insulation from that bag.
No, which typically is you're going to have, as a mountaineer, you're going to have somebody that's going to do that is going to have, a heavy duty parka with them, especially if it's an overnight deal. They're going to have a jacket like that with them. So it's not something that you'd have to bring extra. But for the everyday summer camper, hunter, backpacker, that's nothing that you're really going to use.
No. Next episode, we're going to go into the different types of insulation in that bag, synthetic versus down, and even water treated synthetic or down. All right.
Yep.
So we're going to go into different types of insulation and what is best for what type of adventures you're going to be going on.
Right on.
So we'll see you on the next episode.